about those boys in blue? Let's Buffalo. Listen, I'll tell you what, the heart on this team is unlike I've ever seen before, man. The heart, the will, the desire, man. The way you guys came together as a team again. Again, you just keep playing, man. It's awesome. Give yourself a round of applause.
Hey! I've said it before. It's by 1, it's by 100. Get it done. That's all we gotta do. We stay with us and we do us. That's it. Love y'all, boys. Wait up, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Finding a way. Finding a way every week. How about the Buffalo Bills? No overthinking, right? Go play some ball. Go play some football.
It's an exciting time to be a Buffalo Bill and a fan of the Buffalo Bills.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sean McDermott Show for week number 5 of the NFL season. We're presented by Kaleida Health. Sean, thanks for being here with us. 17-point comeback in Baltimore. It's the biggest one of your career here in Buffalo. And we always ask this, and it seems a little bit trite, but what's this teach you about your team?
Well, I think we learn something every week, Steve. And as I shared with them a few moments ago, it's nice to be able to say, hey, we can finish a team off in the second half or the third or fourth quarter, but we can also come from behind. I think those characteristics of a team, to learn those early is big for the future. Yeah,
and your defense, third game out of 4 this year, they shut the team out completely in the second half, scoreless. Poyer had 2 interceptions in the second half. Von Miller had a sack, and Milano ends up with 13 tackles and 2 tackles for loss. You know, you got to really tip your hat to Leslie Frazier, the defensive staff. They tweak some things in these games that really cause you to be able to close it out.
Yeah, the adjustments that the staff made, led by Leslie on the defensive side and Ken on the offensive side, I thought were critical for us because we really settled in, got our feet underneath of us, and really just started to execute at a high level.
Yeah, we go to that last drive of the game where Baltimore's down, 4th and goal on your 2-yard line, 4:15 left in the game. And Poyer comes up with this huge pick, his second one of the game. And he's got, in the 3 games he's played this year, he's picked the ball off, and he got 2 in this one. What kind of difference does just having him back there make? What kind of impact does he have?
Yeah, huge impact. He's a steadying force for us, Steve. And then when you have a younger player next to him, it just helps that younger player because he can look to Jordan. Jordan can give him hey, yes, this is what we're doing. And then they execute, and it just helps the overall flow of the defense.
It's interesting. Josh's stat line was 19 of 36 for 213 yards and a touchdown. He had 70 yards on the ground, and he ran one in too. But, you know, his compared to some of his games, this was like a very below average game. But yet, how do you quantify what he brings to the team that on a statistically down day, you get this kind of game out of him?
Yeah, well, I think all you got to do is look at both 2-minute drives, right? Before half, going down the field and putting the ball in the end zone, and the way we did that, and then also at the end of the game there, the execution level, his ability to extend plays, and getting the ball out to the screen to Motor there to execute that, and then just the awareness, right? At the end, at the final moments of the game, for him not to score, he was right on top of it, so he's special.
Yeah, you get the 96 yards total out of Devin Singletary, 49 rushing, 47 receiving. And you stuck with him after he coughed the ball up early in the game. You know, he came back, and you've had enough. There's enough water under the bridge there that you know he's gonna right himself. And then Josh comes out and raves about him in his post-game interview. What does it say about Motor, the way he bounced back from early troubles and then sets the standard?
Yeah, when you look at the film, and we've been around Motor for a number of years now, he's earned that, right? He's earned that right. He goes out there, has a mistake, and you want to allow him the chance to reset and earn it back, and he did that. And I think it's great from a mental toughness standpoint and a great message to the other players to see that. Yeah, we made a mistake, but you're going to reset, go back out there and continue to execute for us. And he does everything right. I mean, from protection to carrying the football to hustling down the field, to not scoring when they were trying to allow him to score towards the end of the game. He's just a smart, good, solid football player for us.
So unfortunately, you go through this game, Isaiah McKenzie goes out with a concussion, Jamison Crowder injury. Mm-hmm. Well, then Khalil Shakir has to come in. Okay, you know, it's your turn now, next man up kind of thing. He comes in, made a couple of big catches, one of which was really kind of an awareness play on the sidelines where he's just kind of trying to help Josh out after Josh throws the cape on and gets out. What do you think of the way the young guys stepped in, and what's it say about the young guys on your, what kind of example does it set for the other rookies on this?
Yeah, again, I think it's really important that the guys that aren't playing the primary roles, that they're involved and they're ready to go. And that speaks to the coaches preparing them, and it also speaks to the players taking ownership of that. And Khalil is a great example of it. He was poised, he executed, and did his job.
All right, Coach, thanks for this. We're going to be back with you later in the show to get your final thoughts on facing the Steelers this week.
The Game Plan is presented by Energy Mark. Trust Energy Mark for renewable energy supply.
Coming up, Eric Wood breaks down the tape from the Bills' comeback against the Ravens. And stay tuned to see Tremaine Edmunds mic'd up in Baltimore.
Chopping Wood is presented by St. Bonaventure University, an official education partner of the Buffalo Bills.
Welcome back to the Sean McDermott Show. It's time to take a look back at the tape from the Bills' comeback win in Baltimore with our good buddy Eric Wood. The Bills were down 17 points and rallied back to win on the road. What stood out to you?
Yeah, all great comebacks are going to be a combination of complimentary football from both sides of the football. Josh, after the game, talked at length about the defense's performance in shutting out the Ravens in the second half. Offensively, mainly because of the rain, the Bills had to find rhythm with that short to intermediate passing game. Josh had a couple good runs himself. Singletary had a couple good ones as well. And then they had that near flawless drive at the end to seal the game.
Well, let's start with the touchdown right before half. That's when things kind of turned around as Josh hit Isaiah McKenzie wide open in the flat for a 4-yard touchdown.
This is essentially like a screenplay. It looks a lot like the pass that Josh missed on 4th and 1 on the goal line last week in Miami. This time he hits Isaiah perfectly, and Knox and Gabe, who both have a ton of size, are running right at those defenders, but they're running routes. This is not a pick scheme. You can't block ahead of the play, even though Dawson gets a lot of the defender. But this ends up being a great play design out to the outside, and where the Bills are struggling to find their run game, these short passes to either Isaiah, the running backs, these are an extension of the run game.
And then on their first drive of the second half, Josh took off on a 20-yard scramble to set up a field goal. Break this one down.
Normally we see Josh Allen take off anytime there's man defense and he doesn't have an immediate throw. This is zone defense, and Josh sees a pass rush lane and he takes it. He makes a quick decision here that he doesn't love the route outside, and he's going to take it right up the middle. And on that wet field, it was hard for those guys to adjust on the ball carrier. So Josh Allen gets 20 here, and I love the slide at the end. We talk about that often on Chopping Wood. Way to get down, Josh.
Now on their next drive, Josh took this one in himself from 11 yards out, and it tied the game up.
This is a play action concept, and I'm not exactly sure if this is a run play or not, but those receivers at the bottom of the screen, they are not running routes. You essentially either have a one-man route by Gabe Davis or you have a designed run by Josh Allen, but the offensive linemen aren't going down the field like a traditional run. Gabe Davis is completely covered. Josh Allen takes off and does the rest with his legs. We mentioned these offensive ball carriers, whether it's Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, or whoever's carrying the ball, they got slick towards the end of the game because it was so wet. And here he's able to slip by the defender, get into the end zone for the score.
And then the Bills faced a critical third down on the final drive, and Josh found Dawson Knox for 20 yards to keep this drive alive. What did you see here?
We have a smash concept at the top. Diggs is running the in route. Dawson Knox is running the corner route. Because of the zone coverage, Josh finds the gap. That's going to be the open receiver on this play based upon the coverage, and Dawson gets behind both of them. Josh throws a perfect pass right over the top of the defenders, allows Dawson to get his feet inbounds, pick up the third down, and keep this drive going.
A few plays later, Dawson stepped up big again, this time with a huge block to spring Singletary. This screen went for 16 yards and allowed the Bills to take the clock down and kick the game-winning field goal as time ran out.
Yeah, with the clock running and the Bills already in field goal position, most in the stadium thought that the Bills would continue to run the football. Well, this is an extension of the run game, just like we talked about before. They have Singletary split out wide to the top of the screen. Josh flicks it out to him, and you get great blocking ahead of it. You mentioned Dawson Knox. We'll watch my man Spencer Brown go up and crush the safety on that play as well. And Devin Singletary is able to set up a shorter field goal eventually. They'll get that first down and end the game with a field goal.
Great stuff as always. Thanks for this, Eric. We'll catch up with you next week to break down the tape from the Bills game against the Steelers.
Looking forward to it, Steve.
When we come back, we'll have Tremaine Edmunds mic'd up, and later we'll break down the next-gen stats on Sportsology.
Mic'd Up is presented by Geico.
Hey, listen. Hey, I don't know what we gotta do, but let's make sure we come with our mind right. Look at each other, bro. We play for each other out here. We play for one another. Every day we come out at practice, bro, we sacrifice for each other. I'm afraid to let y'all boys down. That's my worst fear coming to that meeting room. I'm afraid to let y'all boys down. That's the mindset we gotta have. Play fast, physical, and free. If we up, bro, it, line up again and let's ball. Let's ball. It's mindset, bro. Mindset. This team only gonna go as much as we push them, bro. It start with us. Find that within, bro. Let's go to work. Hey, dogs on 2, 1, 2. Woo! What up with it? My dog, you good? What's up with it? You out of for sure. What's up with you? We will not retreat. We're gonna win this on defense. Hey, we can win this on defense. We can win this on defense. Trust yourself, Kaleida. Damn, dog. You ain't gotta put my hair like that. This boy. Hey, ain't no time to hang our heads. That. We gotta go. We gotta go. Let's win this on our side, bro. Outside. Outside.
Ain't taking a shot yet, Poe.
Hey, make sure we do a good job with the quarterback. He gonna try to get it with his feet. Just can't blink. Hey, let's go. Brick by brick. Brick by brick. Hey, brick by brick. We ain't done. We ain't done. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's work. Let's work. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Yeah. I'm talking about. Huh? I had to get his down. What is he talking about? I'll be a dog. Let's go! Let's go, man! Let's go! Let's go! Yeah! Yeah, Poe! Hey, hell of a play, boy. That's why you all pro. Look, situational football, we can get this first down, and they need to take a knee, and we can run it all the way down for real. They got 0 timeouts. It's 2nd and 2. Listen, in this game, bro, you just gotta keep playing, bro. This ain't over with yet. Come on, TB, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, TB. Game time. What up, Poe? Let's go, boy. I love you, boy. I love you, boy. Hey, boy, that's how you. Come on. Hey, come on. Let's go. Come on. Head down and keep working, brick by brick. Head down, keep working. Hey, good game, boys. Hey, man, we had to keep working. Keep laying the foundation brick by brick, man. Came away with a W. Let's get it.
Still to come on the Sean McDermott Show, we'll take a look at the Bills' next-gen stats from Week 4. And stay tuned to hear Coach's final thoughts on what it will take to top the Steelers.
Sportsology is presented by ECMC. ECMC, bringing hope and healing to Western New York.
From the shotgun, Josh takes, looks, fires right side, caught by Diggs on the run at the Baltimore 40. Gets wrapped up, and he's going to be dropped at the Ravens' 35-yard line.
First quarter, and the Bills are facing a 3rd and 7 at the Buffalo 46-yard line. The Bills are in 11 personnel with 2 receivers to the left and Stephon Diggs alone on the right with Dawson Knox detached inside and Josh Allen in the shotgun. The Ravens utilize a dime package and show a cover 2 look pre-snap, but rotate into a single high look while playing man coverage underneath. Diggs comes in motion towards the formation, and at the snap, Knox runs a clear-out route over the middle, giving Diggs more room to work against Ravens quarterback Marcus Peters. Diggs wins on a stutter step fake outside before getting underneath Peters. Allen gets rid of the ball in 2.1 seconds and hits Diggs for an 18-yard pickup and a first down. Allen's pass traveled a total of 15.51 yards at the catch point, and Diggs had 2.34 yards of separation from Peters. The Bills' top wideout traveled a total of 27.85 yards on the play.
Jackson takes the snap, back to throw, pocket collapsing, he is dropped at the 25-yard line, knocked down by Von Miller.
It's 3rd down and 16 from Buffalo's 22-yard line. The Ravens' offense is in a 12 personnel set up against a 3-3-5 Bills nickel defense. Von Miller is the Bills' pass rusher aligned in the 6-eye technique. Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson is aligned in the shotgun. The ball is snapped and Miller rushes through the C-gap, dipping around the right tackle and lunging towards Jackson, who steps up in the pocket. Miller's get-off was just 0.97 seconds. He ran a total of 16.73 yards and topped out at a speed of 12.25 miles per hour. Miller closed the gap on Jackson from 8.61 yards at the snap to just 0.76 yards in 4.7 seconds. After the sack, the Ravens' win probability dropped by 1 full percentage point. With this week's Sportsology, I'm Chris Brown.
Coming up next on the Sean McDermott Show, Maddy Glab and Chris Brown go inside the matchup with the Steelers. Plus, Coach gives us his final thoughts on what it will take to get to 4-1.
Game Preview is presented by Independent Health. You deserve the red shirt treatment.
It's game preview time. Maddy Glab alongside Bills insider Chris Brown as the Buffalo Bills are set to face the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday, and they're going to face a quarterback who's making his first NFL start in Kenny Pickett. Not too much tape on Pickett yet, but the good thing is, probably for both sides, is that a couple of Buffalo Bills players are familiar with Pickett. They played with him in college at Pitt. Damar Hamlin and Dane Jackson each played with him for a few seasons, so they know his tendencies a little bit. That should help the Buffalo Bills possibly, but on the other side of things, Kenny Pickett probably knows Damar Hamlin and Dane Jackson pretty well too.
Knows a thing or two about them, right? Going against him in practice for sure. And you're right, there isn't a lot of tape on Kenny Pickett within the scope of this offense. Basically the 3rd preseason game, which he started, and you're keeping things close to the vest in the preseason. And then the action he got last week against the Jets, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. The Sean McDermott defense does pretty well against rookie quarterbacks. They were 4-2 last year. The one loss in Jacksonville, yuck. We don't want to talk about the Trevor Lawrence game. And then the other loss was to Mac Jones in a windstorm. So on the whole, McDermott's defenses have done very well against rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, and it's something to note that when Kenny Pickett came in last week, his first drive an interception, but the next 2 were touchdowns for him. He threw 3 interceptions on the day in his first NFL appearance. We'll see what Sean McDermott cooks up against the rookie quarterback. All right, that's something that you should follow in this week's game against the Steelers.
All right, Coach, you're coming back home to face Pittsburgh. They're 1-3. They're coming off a tough loss to the Jets. They got you on opening day last year. You had 2 games on the road. What's it mean to come back home now, finally, get another home game?
Yeah, good to get a little bit of rest at home and back in a normal routine. We've been on the road for the 3 of the first 4 games, and real proud of the way the guys executed and performed. That said, it's great to be home in front of our home fans, our crowd, and against a good football team. Records this time of year, if you're not careful, they'll lie to you. And this is a good football team who beat us coming in here at the home opener last year.
Now, you've had some success against Mike Tomlin, but they got you last year in the opener, as you mentioned. What's it like, facing a Mike Tomlin coach team? The guy has never had a losing season, and even with a slow start, they might turn it around on you, right?
He does a great job. He's a great leader. He and I went to school together and played together for a year or 2 there at William & Mary, and he's been in this position with his team for a number of years. And He's won a Super Bowl, so he's well accomplished as a coach.
All right, Coach, thanks. Good luck this week against Pittsburgh. We'll be back next week to recap your game against the Steelers and preview your next matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. And thanks for watching at home, everybody. This has been the Sean McDermott Show presented by Kaleida Health. We'll see you next week. And as always, go Bills.
Final Thoughts is presented by Toyota. Toyota is the exclusive and official vehicle of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places. The Sean McDermott Show is presented by Kaleida Health, the official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills. By Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Call 716-684-COMP today. By Toyota. Toyota is the exclusive and official vehicle of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places. And by Independent Health. You deserve the red shirt treatment.